Wakefield Pork was started in 1991. Two farm families that had prior history of hog production formed together to buy a sow unit. Since then we've expanded and we're now over 45,000 sows. We market about 1.2 million pigs per year. We love what we do, we feel we're good at it, and we enjoy providing the world their pork. The We Care program is initiated through the Pork Board and the National Pork Checkoff, and it guides out 6 ethical principles that we abide by and that determine our actions every day. Doing the right thing every day is our ethical and moral responsibility as farmers of the land. We know that we're privileged to farm this land, and in order to preserve it for our future generations, we have to do the right thing every day. It's not only important to us, but the consumer as well. Today you're in a sow unit that was built in 1995. It's a 3,000 sow unit, and so you'll have 2 barns. You'll have 1 barn of gestation, and that is where the sows are bred and housed during their pregnancy. Once the sow gives birth and weans its piglet, it comes down into the gestation barn where they're bred and housed for about 112, 113 days. The sows are in individual maternity pens, and the reason we keep them in individual maternity pens is to provide the individual care that's needed for the animal. Some things we can do is we can monitor the amount of feed that's fed to the sow. So when we body score every day, we can look at the condition of the sow and see if its diet needs to be adjusted so it keeps a healthy form. We can individually look at the animal to see if there's any illness happening, anything that may need a treatment or special care. We can monitor that animal every single day. They have 24-hour access to water, so they can drink all day, and they're fed twice a day according to their dietary needs. One of the things we can do is when we brought them indoors is be able to control that temperature. Rarely will it get any different than what you and I live in your houses, so they can remain warm in the winter and cool in the summers. We also have a cool cell on one end of the barn that cools the air prior to coming through the barn. So we're able to keep it air conditioned in the summer, and of course we have heaters in the winter in an insulated barn. What I can tell you is nothing means more to us than consumers' trust, and animal care is right up there. Consumers every day ask more and more questions about where their food is coming from. And I hope that they can trust the producer to understand that we've tried different things. We're going to remain on the front edge of technology. If there's something better, we'll do that. Right now, we feel the best care for the animal is an individual maternity pen. So we feel we're doing what's right every day. Right before they're ready to give birth, they'll move to another barn into a farrowing stall. What you see here is an individual maternity pen. The sow is placed here about a day before it was ready to farrow or give birth. The sow is given birth to a nice healthy litter here. What you have is 2 different environments. The sow in one environment needs it a little bit cooler than the warmer environment where you see the black mat and drying material there. And there's also a heat lamp on this other side. So we can provide an environment that's quality for the piglet and also a little cooler for the sows. The piglets right now, as you can see, are quite healthy, milking on their mother. Each piglet has a nipple, and so we're very happy with a litter like this. The sow feed is made up of a corn-soy mix. It's monitored very closely with a nutritionist. We work with nutritionists out of Kansas State, and he monitors the sow ingredients. We audit the feed that we get delivered to the farm every day to make sure it's got the right ingredients, the right levels of vitamins, the right levels of corn and soy that we need for our health of our sow. The nice thing about the industry, how it's progressed and things, we have software now where we can keep track of every sow. For instance, we have a history book on every sow where we can see its past litters, how many it had on the previous litters, and how many days it took to farrow or give birth, so we can anticipate the needs of that sow. But we can also monitor the feed. Every day we can tell how many pounds of feed it consumed, and if it left any feed there in the feeder, we know that that sow wasn't eating. So that way we can come in and see if there's anything medically wrong with the sow. Every day we take pride in what we do. We know we're feeding the world, and we're consumers ourselves. We eat the meat that we produce. So it's a fun job.